For those of you who like drama, we got a juicy one for you right here. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Check this out. New York City principal's illicit affair with younger teacher exposed by scorned wife after helping lover get tenure. Now, obviously, I made a joke, but this is wrong. As a principal, like this is wrong, and that you should not abuse your position like that. Should never ever ever do that. Check this out. Here we go. The furious wife of philandering Staten Island principal blew the whistle on her husband's affair with a younger teacher at his school where he helped his lover win tenure. Oh my gosh. That's awful. That's an abuse of your authority right there. And yeah, should never have happened. And here is Principal Anthony Cosentino, 43, engaged in a consensual sexual relationship with a married staffer, Jacqueline Sinodinos, 28, the Special Commissioner of Investigation for City Schools, found in a newly released report accusing him of possibly violating the city's conflict of interest rules. The scandal broke up 2 marriages. Here we are just a few weeks away from the CEO at the Coldplay concert. Remember that? That broke up 2 marriages as well. Both Constantino's wife and Sinodino's husband filed for divorce. That's absolutely right. And here is Anthony Cosentino right there. Made a huge mistake. He's in big trouble. Violated the trust that he had been given after receiving an SCI report of the alleged misconduct in July 24. City Department of Education removed him from the school, but he remained on the Department of Education payroll, making $187,000, $632, despite what was called an absence of judgment and professionalism. Wow. So he gets to sit at home and make his money during the investigation. That's not ideal, but that's the way these investigations work. Coleman recommended strong discipline up to including termination for him. Instead, he may get a new assignment as principal of another school. What? Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. In March 24, Constantino's wife, a Department of Education teacher at another school, filed a complaint with SCI that her husband had carried on an illicit sexual relationship. Your wife got you, didn't she? With Sinodinos since June of 2023 and given her extra school funds to spend on a Thanksgiving party and other festivities for her class. They had already received a complaint in November 23 that he was engaging in this extramarital affair with the teacher and giving her preferential treatment. It's unknown what, if anything, they did about that at the time. They received another complaint in February 24 and launched its own probe. So this had been going on for a while, it sounds like. And here is the other half of the affair, Ms. Jacqueline Sinodinos, who was able to get her tenure with the help of her lover. And who knows what all went into that, if that was all done the right way. She could be a terrible teacher, but because she had this relationship with this principal, now she has tenure. And it's going to be hard to put that toothpaste back into the tube. Relationships between coworkers are not forbidden by the city's Conflict of Interest Board unless they involved a financial component or when a superior has the power to affect a person's employment, including the power to evaluate job performance, assign work, or approve leave requests. Constantino finally admitted his extramarital relationship to another administrator while insisting it involved no special considerations or financial favor. But the investigation learned he gave Sinodinos highly favorable reviews and recommended her for tenure, a permanent job status with due process rights and protection from firing. Teachers typically come up for tenure after 4 years. His confession came only after Sinodinos won tenure in January of 24. Another administrator who approved her tenure had suspicions of bias by Constantino, but found no evidence. The teacher didn't deserve it. Says the report. Senadinos made $77,000 in 2024, and there you see the outside of the school that they work at. In another questionable conduct, Senadinos tried to enroll her son. Oh, she's got a kid in a 3K program at PS 21, though the child was zoned for another Staten Island school. It's unclear whether the school accepted him. Meanwhile, Senadinos' husband filed for divorce in July 24. Their split was finalized in June, according to court records. Constantino's wife sued for divorce in October. That breakup is still pending. The turmoil comes as they completed another investigation, which sources said found Constantino negligent for failing to adequately supervise the school's purchasing secretary. Oh my gosh. Wow. And they're possibly going to keep this guy and put him at principal at another school? How do you think the parents are going to feel about that? So he failed to supervise the purchasing secretary, someone who's in charge of the money. No, you gotta keep eyes on that person. You gotta have a buddy relationship with that person. Hey, how was your day? What are we doing? Everything okay? You good? Michelle Cincy, who pleaded guilty to embezzling more than $145,000 over 7 years. Wow. And they're thinking about keeping this guy on. Wow. Senadinos, described as a friend of Cincy, had pumped Constantino for information on that probe. Ooh. Wow. What do you think about that mess, that drama, that soap opera? Leave a comment in the comment section. They should not keep this. This should all end with that principal being fired.